Hey, really glad to see you, and thanks for coming by. And I just wanted to connect in about the global headlines that are revealing the effects of past trauma, literally coming to the surface and playing out in real time. The illusions are breaking. And science has proved the energies that are hitting the earth are rising. The frequency of earth is rising, and you're being pelted by solar flares, which affect your central nervous system. You might be dizzy, you might be nauseous, you might have difficulty sleeping, but yet you're exhausted. And you might be confused. The days are starting to jumble together. You might go to do something and can't remember what you were doing. It just, the old focus seems off. And all of this in the macrocosm is allowing you and me to look at the microcosm, to observe what is not fitting in our own life, what may have been lies and deceit that we were going along with and playing along with and pretending. Perhaps you're not willing right now to downplay your own value and your self worth any longer that you may have been trained into growing up in a chaotic or toxic environment or within systems that you've been trained into. And it's just not working. Perhaps your rage is surfacing at lies you may have been fed and lived by for what you thought was your own safety. It's a brutal time, but it's not without purpose. And maybe you're saying no and coming to see through the ruse of the abuse more clearly within your own family system, at work, or in those that govern you. The old patriarchal matrix is quaking, and we're seeing our systems experiencing the fallout. And thank God, which brings incredible hope. What you are experiencing may be leading you to a genuine freedom you've never really trusted and maybe never even allowed yourself to feel because you didn't know it. Souls within the same toxic systems, within the same toxic families, have different energetic frequencies and life. And that causes you to have a completely different experience than a sibling had within that same system or a colleague has now that's working in the same corporate environment that you do. You may have had a completely different experience growing up in your own home than any other member of your own family. And for you and for me, who've come to earth and experienced abuse and trauma and chaos, it's unsettling now to have the happenings going on and the headlines reading out and these feelings coming up and in front of us for review. But it's not without purpose. You may find your old buttons being pushed and your old modalities for dealing with them aren't working anymore. Terror, confusion, anger, guilt, and shame may be coming up in spades. It may be haunting you at night and free floating during the day. I'm here to tell you it's all okay, that you're okay, and that you're being led up and out of a tunnel that's kept you and me constrained. And it's time to let it go. And that brings up fear because that means change. Even within our toxic systems, We know what they are, and there's seeming safety in that. And that lie is no longer going to hold. So I am here to throw you a blanket of love and to help guide you with a taste of freedom. In revealing my own story on this channel and in my book, Toxic Family: Transforming Childhood Trauma into Adult Freedom, I've shared my own childhood trauma, addictions, clinical depression, and narcissistic abuse, hoping you see transforming trauma to thrive is really possible. And I truly believe my mission is to help you and me see our challenges as opportunities for soul evolution and to continue to create a conversation to clear toxicity in our ancestral lines and within the systems that we are participating in to free us from living in a painful and outdated matrix. I'll encourage you to try out a complimentary Taste of Freedom session with me. And the scheduling link is below in the show notes. These times are trying. These times are tough, and you don't have to go it alone. I've walked the path and seen a way through, and we can find balance and hope and truth together. So go easy. Please use your own discernment. Stop down long enough to breathe and to ask yourself, what do I think? What do I feel? What do I want? These are not typical questions to someone who's grown up within a chaotic or toxic system and environment. And there are more of us than I ever realized before. So be gentle, connect with nature, and breathe. And if you found this useful, please comment, let me know below, and like, share it with somebody else who might be helped, and consider subscribing. And until next time, please know that you're not alone. We are in this together.